Starting a blog for the first time is an amazing, yet intimidating experience. Thinking that people are actually going to read, and even share, something you wrote. It's unlike any other feeling I can describe. But it's not all rainbows and butterflies. Starting a blog is hard work, and there are a lot of pitfalls along the way. Especially if it's your first time. Creating a blog account is easy and straightforward on Clevenard. Signing up is 100% free on Clevenard. Stand out online with professional bloggers. With Clevenard Blog, you can turn any idea into a reality. Don't miss the opportunity today. Tomorrow may be too late.
This is a Congress, and in terms of the Constitution, we also have a right to challenge it here and get records straight. During the elections, these positions were vacant, and the vacancies, looking at the preamble, because I'm also looking at the preamble and reasons and the aims of these noble institutions at the time that it was nurtured, we took into account when the first constitution was drafted to say that all institutions ought to be represented. All institutions ought to be represented. Even if they were not officially elected, for them to be able to have a stake, if the institutional organization do not send delegates, how would they be able to convey their interest back to their constituents? And on this bedrock that we encourage that at least after the imagine that, let's say it's UJ only, we have the president, we have the secretary, and we'll have the treasurer. Then it will not have that centrality of the aims of the national body. So when I'm done, I will give you opportunity. So I'm trying to lay some foundations. And hence, also, that's why we encourage, including the outcome. This, they also need to take into account the basis of the aim, the Constitution. Not only the Constitution, that we want everyone to be represented. That is the main idea. If UNISA filed almost 5 executives, it becomes UNISA's affair. If UP decide to scoop the entire executive position, it becomes UP affair. So that is what outcome also need to take into account, but there should be consultation. This will need to be done properly, having established one portion of the issue. Then secondly, after the election, and people who were vying for the most important positions, and other positions were left vacant. And after the elections, only 4 people were declared a winner of different positions that they filed in for. Then what becomes the right process thereafter? That should be the question. What should we then do thereafter? Then it is not contained in the Constitution, as we all have seen. This issue has not was not brought up at any other point in time. It has happened in the past, it was not challenged. The reason for constitutional amendment is people say, no, things are not, this right time, things need to be done properly. Interest. Even I like the way that it's coming up, because if it doesn't come up now and we not address it now, tomorrow when it happens, there is no precedent on how we should address the issue. So there are issues here that is incumbent on us to make sure that the rest of the positions. Okay, another thing before I move to that position is, if you are not elected and you are co-opted, there are legal consequences to that. The president or whoever that co-opts you can remove you. If you are elected, you are answerable to the people who elected you. Those are the consequences of that. If we inaugurate you today and tomorrow the president decides, maybe it's not the president that co-opted you. I'm just for example's sake. And president tomorrow decides, no, director of finance, I'm removing you. He said, no, you can't remove me. And we say, where do you draw your authority from? But the fact that you are inaugurated does not mean that you elected. You can do it and get away with it. And if this Congress, I'm coming to the solution that was suggested by other people, and if this Congress decided to say, okay, we also took part in the election, we can call the varsities that have filed these people, since those positions are vacant, and if this Congress has a person is called, which was not elected, to say this Congress said that we elect him, or the varsity should send us a different person or two people from the varsity for the sake of filling that position, not the institution that already had representations. If UJ does not have representation, or UNISA does not have representation already in the ESCO, it's okay. Who is UJ or TUT leadership? Who do you have? You have 2 or 3 people that you can give us now. Let this Congress, amongst them, today's the positions that is vacant. If this Congress can agree to say, okay, yes, because now it becomes tantamount as well as having the consequence of being elected. Are we following? So we decide how to resolve them. Because I'm also trying to also advise those who want to be co-opted. Yes, because it also has its own consequences. So if we decide that that's how it should be done, how many representatives of varsities are here? You see, their leaders are here. If those who are filed already in this juncture are not the leaders of that varsity, their varsity did they have a mandate of their varsity to represent them at the national? Because that is where they draw their powers from. Even before this Congress can sanction it, then we send you to represent us. You go back to your constituency, you don't even have local government value. That's how it should be. Before we can know whether we can simply represent, because you are representing interest, indirect interest of your constituents and also at the national level. Then, so that we eliminate the issue that, okay, maybe the president to say, I don't want to work with this person. You understand? Those are the issues. So we can eliminate the issue that, okay, maybe the outgoing president is actually forcing certain people in order to checkmate the incoming president, incoming leadership. Because those are issues. We need to be frank here. Yes. The president says, no, I felt that this guy is going to be tackling me in my administration. So how do we? So it was not shy away with it.
Yes.
Let's be frank with each other and do justice to people. Yes. Because we cannot leave issues that we're running around without hitting the point. We will never agree here. So let's see how many varsities are here. That's why I got a pen. Okay, how many varsities are represented? We need financial up-to-date varsities. So let's have their names. If they are not here, we can easily call them on the phone.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. That's how we stand. Then let's know if they have backing first before we present those people. Then the Congress will take a decision. Are we together? Yes. Am I speaking your mind?
Yes.
Any opposition? Okay, let me hear. Okay, give me 5. Okay. It's very fine. Okay. Please give me the names of all the varsities that are here. Because if your varsity sent you to the Congress to come here, that means they know you are here. It's your program. If you can always go and take instructions from their leadership outside and say, what do we do? Your own program. If you lost it, very results. We have UKZN.
It's on the group. The list is on the group. The list is on our group. Oh, okay.
We have KZN.
Yeah,
KZN, can I see your hand? The president is here. Yeah.
Okay, good. The president is here. Is she the president? Yes. Okay. Just like their position. Just we have DUT, Dover University of Technology. If you are the president, can I see your hands? We have UJ. Is it the president of who? The president is the president. The leaderships are here. Okay. Judicial. Oh, you're the president is here. You are the president as well as the ECOM chair. Okay. We have VAL, VUT, VAL University of Technology, VUT. Okay. We have VIT. Okay. Yeah, the president is here.
Okay, president of the.
Yeah, the president is here. We have Cape Peninsula University.
Cape, where is it?
Cape Peninsula. CP. UCT.
Okay, who is available for
the coordinator? Are you the president of the coordinator? Okay, the coordinator.
When is here, that means you have mandate. Number 8.
Number 8. Let's go down to UCT. It's a Cape Town. Cape Town. Tariq.
Are you a representative? Please, one of the leaders. Yeah.
It's actually the what's it called? Officer, executive officer, the implement NASA, the secretary.
Okay, please, before we proceed, the Cape Town University representative, please go outside and take instruction from your constituency. That's why I want to do this. I'm saying take instructions from your constituency. They know you are here, right? Okay. I just want to start. Whoever is okay, listen. You are not there. You are not representing them.
If you let him represent his purpose,
remember. Okay. Coming back, that will be taken into consideration.
We have 10.
Okay, one house, Great Nigerian Financial Active. The ones that are here, I think we should it's easier for you to tell.
Yo, it's 3.
Financial reports in terms of the constitution. I just want to say something. Okay. Other institutions that are here that are not financially up to date, any representative. What is the name of the university? If you represent any institution, maybe it's a college, you guys are not big, but you are here, or any institution that we have not mentioned. Okay, so all of us are from these institutions that we have mentioned, right? So that means every single person here is from these 9 institutions. We know what is called electoral college. We know that from the US. Okay. Let's do this. Please, who are the contentious people who are selected here? What are their names? I think who are selected? 1, 2, 4. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure leaders, fellow leaders, I'm sure you have this magazine in front of you. Do you have like who amongst us doesn't have the? Yeah, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 selected people who are not elected. Okay, let's deal with this quickly. It's easy. Let's deal with this quickly. Any decision of the Congress becomes in absence of the Constitution. We agree to that. Yes. We all agree to that. Yes. Please, can I get one house? If this Congress takes a decision with regards to these selected people, then it becomes a decision tantamount to that of the Constitution. Yes. Is that agreed? Yes. And that is law, and that's also political. Now, we have 9 varsities represented here. Please, I want you to take this into account. Information. Okay. Okay. Just to. Okay. I'm not sure if I'm going to. Yes. Yes. Okay. Let's talk about them now. I have a quick clarity on that. A very quick clarity that I need to say now. If you call them, remember. Okay, she brought information. But remember, this is a Congress. We need to deal with people who are present. Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. Let's deal with people that are here present here today. Present. Okay. Congressman. Go ahead. The inclusion of that tool, so this decision might be limited. Okay. Okay. Because we only have some presidents here. There may be kind of to exclude them. I think I'm making sense. Okay. Information also. I think if you want to stop illegality to become legal, because if we don't resolve this issue now, sorry, my dear Mr. If we still have 2 more coming, are we going to have another Congress that needs to resolve that issue? I will get to that. See, let's deal with the present issue, then we'll move. I think if I want to understand what the Comrade Smart said, is that the 2 that are not contentious, we should not add it to the 4 we are resolving, because we have other institutions that are not here. Now, what we can do in that regard, if I want to expand it, is that we will send information to them. So if they are properly, informed, they can now go ahead to say, okay, we are with this or not. Okay. 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 Quickly, I'm taking that. Okay. Comrade Benjamin. Yeah, pertaining to those that have been selected. So, on what basis were they selected? And what's their eligibility? You understand? We need to know. Okay, I think that is what we are resolving. So, when we ask questions that would interrupt with the result, we will have more time to spend, please. Greetings, good night, students. 4 days ago, Stellenbosch, the chairperson of the University of Stellenbosch, contacted me as the ECOM chairperson and declared interest in the position of director of research. And I said they should pack the document and send it to the electoral committee email and CC the NANSA email. So that is a point on ground too. That's why it's very important. Which position do you call it again? Director of research. So the only position supposed to be vacant today is provost. Yes. And providing clarity as the okay, so okay, sorry, I will recognize. Let me say this. Let me say this. One house. This is document. We are documenting. I'll recognize you now. Please, I want you to listen to this. One house. Promise. One house. One house. ECOM chair. Let me bring this to your attention. As soon as that elections were over, you were resolved. Okay. Wait, coming. Hence, remember, we are trying to
Yes.
So that comrade, just I'm sorry, I just quickly as DOT sir, I need to address something. I'm so sorry. Please, if we are taking a walk out, we don't need to make it look like we are angry and we are walking out. That was it. No, I need to be very sincere with us. When we are making a point, either we walk out, you understand now. So please, thank you.
The National Executive Committee nominated the anchor member. I was there in that meeting. And I could remember, I think we have President Dr. Eric also there, Mr. Madam President also can also be a witness. After the conclusion of their work, it is that committee or even the Congress that can dissolve them, not when they conduct the election. Because the Constitution says that there should be a by-election. So we can't have another ERCO for another by-election. It is still the same committee.
Thank you for that information.
Thank you.
Comrade, we will.
Yeah, we keep referring to what Chairman said. I'm inside the NASA email right now, and what I can just see there is a document from NISA and continuity. So, as somebody is showing an interest, that's why that person has not sent in any documentation inside you, notifying everybody. I'm not just the only one that has access to the email, and all other welcome members have. So nobody's aware.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's not remember the two vacant positions. We're not dealing with them. Let's finalize this. Yes. Then we'll decide what we'll do with that. Okay, let's buy the cherry at the peak, please, guys. Okay. Now we have 9 leaders here. You have the power to make a decision here. And it's going to be open, not secret ballot. Your decision becomes final. Had it been, just as you raised that, had it been there was a by-election by the ELCOM chair, then we wouldn't be sitting here. They could have defended it, that is within their power to do that. Okay, legally so. We have 9, and thank goodness that they are here present. Please let's bear in mind that the purpose of a widespread representation is for people to have a share, as well as to have a sense of belonging. That is the essence. That is the essence. That is the bedrock. I have Elizabeth O. Ajayi from UNISA. She's the number 1 that was selected. Can she stand up? Where is she? Okay. Guys, you're trying to influence people. You're trying to influence people. Okay. If you're a leader here that I've mentioned, just one vote. Please, if you want Elizabeth O. Ajayi to be your assistant secretary, having the power of the semi-elected, not selected. It must be recorded that way. Please raise up your hand. At this point, sorry, please, let's do it this way. We are not taking our time. We are not doing right. Please, you have to stand on a stand that is superseding what we are doing. Okay, sir.
Please, I'm concerned because we are selecting and the person is not speaking, so we cannot
cannot second. They are available or they just selected just to just.
Okay, they are agreeing for the first time. Thank you. This is peace. I'll be joking. The person we are talking about is holding my phone. Don't anger her.
System. These people are coming from a university. Can the president of that university nominate them officially? Okay. Then they speak, they will give them. But the president is not
No, I will not take that.
So then what who selected them?
No, it's a Congress. It's a Congress. No, see, sorry, beauty channel, sir. See, I think. So the reason, the point I think of is that the moment we have mentioned all the presidents here, you understand now, and the president is not interjecting that person's nomination, and the president is here. It goes back to what you are saying, sir. What did you say? No, silence disagreement. Silence is a consent. Only in Europe, the silence does not mean yes. No, that was very frank. Yes. All right. So if that would make things easier, it's up to the BOT chairman.
Nice story.
I want to remind you this. I want you to read the history of the movement of I want you to read the history of Nancy. You know my antecedent. You know where I come from. Yes, it's not you. We were in court before this. We were in court. Just when I was even a second year student, we went to court with Kuala and Mortgage in the district. So we've been there. Yes, we've been there. So you should. Yeah. So just that we decided to keep quiet. I can still remove my brother now. Then we do the student thing and put it back. Okay. The president is here. Since the president is here, please can you stand up? Is this person your member? Is Elizabeth Oajayi your member?
Yes. Duly registered in UNISA.
So you do not oppose.
I can never oppose because I'm going to mandating Elizabeth Olufunmiya.
All right. Okay.
Progress.
Okay. You can see she's already standing.
I gave her the phone.
Okay. She needs to walk. If you want Elizabeth Oajayi, okay. See, another thing I also need to check is we have 9 universities. And the only universities that Val is here. Let me see. I want to check if the grant aid even met. Yes. UKZN is already there, it's revised. University of Johannesburg, QJ, the president, they've got 2 people. UKZN has got 1.
You have to echo it.
Did you use the master of Durban? Do they have Kwazulu Natal? Is it Durban Kwazulu Natal?
Durban University of Technology.
Durban, do they have anyone in the ESCO?
Yeah, I'm here.
No, I'm saying
In the ESCO.
Central. Central.
We are coming to that.
Okay. Unisa's got 2. Chief Peninsula, does they have anyone at the executive? No. 0. UCT? 0. One nominated, but it's not still contentious. TUT, do they have anyone?
Yes, one nomination.
Nominated contentious. For the balancing of the thing, which still says 0. Okay. So the only occupied position is UNISA. UNISA got 1. Properly elected. Does UNISA have properly elected president?
Yes.
Who is the president? PRO. Oh, okay. Okay. Nice. Okay. If you want Elizabeth Oajayi to fill the position of assistant secretary, please, the leaders. Please stand up. Just stand up. If you wanted to fill it, stand up. We have 9. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 5. This one is less than anyone. Very less than 7 votes.
7 votes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7 votes.
So I said she was
Say something.
Yes. Okay. I agree with you.
Yeah, well, you should start off now so that we know the number.
Okay, sit down. Okay, sit down. Okay. Please give that mic. There are 2 things that we corrected. The leader confirming they sent them forth, and they agreed that it works.
I'm sorry to tell you that
Okay. These comrades, while you're forced to take this position, are you pledging to this house? Are you telling them to go to this Congress? Speak to them.
Yes, I am.
Tell them what you can do for them in 1 minute. 1 minute.
My name is Elizabeth. I'm a student from UNITA. I'm in the government Japan. And no one is forcing me to take this. I'm pledging to take this myself.
But you started the clapping. What did she say? You see how you just clap for somebody who wants something. Okay, leaders, let's take this into account. The person of CG, if we exceed the time, we might not be happy.
Exactly.
Next time, we might not get the privilege of doing this here. Let's do this and do the right thing, and also so that we'll be able to get here next time. Otherwise, next administration will struggle to get a conducive atmosphere like this. Don't forget that they will tell you that the mission does not have a budget, officially budget. You understand? So it's not our right, it's in the person of the CG. Let's not abuse. Okay. Okay, how many, please, if you voted for him, please stand up. It doesn't have to be
8 out of 9 is fine.
8 out of 9. Okay. Please, I'll clap for her. I'll clap for her. Okay, it is recorded. She's not selected by the Congress. Are we happy with that? No, collect your phone back now. You are working before. Okay. Okay, number two. Number two, TUT. Where is she? She must come in. Please give her the mic. And take into account we don't have any representation from TUT. TUT must give us someone. And what is it? Yes, she is the president of TUT. She has the power to take another position. That means she has to resign from there. No, it's not true.
No,
It's not true.
the Constitution doesn't say that.
It's not true.
The Constitution doesn't say that.
It's not true. Okay, so just hold on. Just hold on. Just hold on.
He wants to eat you up.
So that means if she's institutional heads form part of NASA, so your vice president should be part of NASA.
You don't have a vice president.
Yeah.
President and secretary.
Okay, listen to this. Okay, listen to this. Listen to this. Can I say this? They are waiting for us. I need to wrap it up.
Yes.
So that other issues we can postpone it after this.
Yes.
Quickly, remember the NASA Constitution, before we speak, says that all presidents of institutions that are properly registered and financially up to date and their secretaries are automatically ex officio of the NASA. Okay, the idea is also to create that cohesion. But however, the NASA Constitution does not say that the president nor the secretary, who is automatic member, that is the internal politics. If you are going to the House of Assembly or the NAS for 5 times, if your people, if you be able to hold them to bring you back, it's not our business.
Whether it's not ballot or
it's not our business. Understand? So we should not delve into that. So in fact, constitutionally, if a member of TUT is here, we can do them a honor to say nominate her, or she can even nominate herself as the leader. So are you nominating yourself, or you use the secretary to nominate you?
Secretary.
So come on, round of applause.
Everyone, I'm nominating, my name is Zainab Bukonano. I'm General Secretary of Tani University of Technology. So I'm nominating my dear president here, Samia Lawa, as the treasurer of NASA.
Okay, voting. We don't have time. Voting. Okay, before we vote, give it back. Will you convince the leaders? Will you do this job from your heart? What can you work? Please quickly convince them. 1 minute. We don't have time.
Okay, I'm an accounting student, so definitely this role is just like it's for me. So I'm gonna do it with everything that I've got.
With your full chest.
And if the monies are not in touch, they hold you accountable.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, you guys have had her. Okay. Okay, please, if you are voting for her, stand up. If you are voting for her, stand up. If you want her to take a position, stand up. If you are voting for her, stand up. He has to consult now. He has to consult. You have to consult. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 votes, that's fine.
7. Please recording the vote. 7 votes.
7 out of 9, that's fine.
Right? Yes. Okay, thank you. Please clap for her. Number three. One house. We have the director of legal service. Please let him come and let's step forward. Ikechuku Onomajulu. Please give him mic. Please clap for him. Let's do the visual. What is your position from University of Kingston? What's your position?
No, actually,
please speak to the mic.
Actually, I am not one of the 60 members from, and then I am representing here in this Congress.
Your president is the head leadership of the Kingston University. As just did for other people now, have they nominated you for this position, for you to fill the vacancy and represent them on the national?
Okay, actually, I contested for the position of the president before now, and I was duly nominated. And then this one, I did this one out of because I didn't win, but I have that passion in the zeal to serve. Hence, I came back to also be part of this.
So, are you saying, legally speaking, that your please listen, house, because after this, let's wrap this up quickly. Are you saying standing on your existing nomination that has not been withdrawn?
Yes.
Upon which you ran for the president?
Yes.
Has not been withdrawn by the institution?
Yes.
Sir, you cannot point on other ways. You can't. No, you can't.
There's no
if you can, if he has not run, I have to serve justice. If he has not run, then we'll say, where do you get your authority to run in the first place? So he's standing on the existing protocol of being yes. So we can't contest that.
Just so that you can I say something?
Okay, go ahead.
You know, like I always say, we are building the foundation. However, we are doing today is a precedent for tomorrow. So that's why we need to get clarifications. If the school nominated him for a position, he contested, he lost, and he now nominated himself and find his name here when we don't want to go to the issue about their names and places that they here. If we are taking it as an authority, in our next election, people like us will still be present to point out this kind of issues. So what I'm trying to say is that he's the only one from his institution. He's the only one representing himself. There's no way we can confirm any other thing. You said we can even make call. Can you just make a call to confirm so that tomorrow we don't have that?
I've noted your point.
It doesn't go. This time I said my name is someone that's saying special one. I always do the special one coming from West Africa.
Where is the money?
I said my names are over somewhere. There's no time. Please, let's not be putting me on the push. I'm suggesting, because I see that you will come late like me, please let's move on. Because he really contested, and the institution that have allowed him to be here. And calling full numbers now, I don't think it's necessary. Please, thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to rule on that. I'm already taking a position on that. I'm going to rule. So remember, my decision can be overruled by the leadership.
Yes.
I'm not voting, you are voting. You understand? So you have that power for him not to be member of the executive. So please tell us why you want to take over this position. Please give him mic. Okay, yeah. Quickly, we don't have 1 minute. They take a decision that will move.
Yes, in as much as I have contested for the position of the president, I lost out. Technically, I came back. I am a lawyer, if I'm mistaken, a candidate again. And then the position that I am taking now is also director of legal.
So I believe I am the perfect and the right person to do that. And it's my thinking. So that's why I came to take ambition. But let's complete. You think what you know. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, this man. Thank you. Thank you. Quickly.
I want to prevent this from happening. What we have said now, we have agreed, is that when somebody loses the election, doesn't need confirmation or not from his school.
I'm going to sir, please can you sit down? Sir, can you please sit down? Sir, can you please sit down with due respect? Without not being authoritative, after this, the incoming president has seen that he has a work to do. Good. Yes. So, if it is a leader, he's taking note. If it's a leader, he's taking note, and he's going to do consultations so that this does not happen. I can tell you, in 2008, 2009, this is not the constitution we left, but we have made several constitution amendments to date, so I'm sure they know what to do. If the issue does not come out, there are ways of addressing them. So I'm sure they know what to do going forward. Okay, thank you. Please, if you want to vote Mr. Ikechukwu Onumajulo as Director of Leader to be part of the NANSA Executive, please stand up, your vote counts. If you want to vote him as the Director of Legal,
if you're voting Mr. Ikechukwu as the Director of Legal, can you please use your feet? So count. How many?
Count them. Who is counting? Who is counting? One.
Are you standing?
If you're a leader, who is standing? You're not the leader.
Can you count? One, two, honorable.
Five. Yeah, it's five. Five. It's he wins 5 out of 9. Yeah,
5 out of 9. Yeah. Okay, please clap for him. That's a congratulations. Okay. The last person not selected and elected. The last person is Promise. Where is Promise? Promise. Okay, please give a mic to me. Please give a mic. Please tell us we're gonna have time.
Please,
coming back business. Leadership. Okay, are you giving a go ahead?
I'm from Val University of Technology. I'm doing my master's in food service management. And like everyone said, no one is forcing me. I was the assistant secretary of NANSA, and I've been nominated again for welfare and / okay, but it's fine. Yeah.
Are you sure this will be taken care of?
Slash.
Welfare. Okay, thank you. Quickly. Voting time. Count.
Give my chocolate back if you don't.
Thank you. Can you clap for yourself? Don't thank your hands. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow leaders, we agree to disagree. That is the beauty of any movement, any association. That's the beauty of it. So whatever our community do is part of it. It's part of it. So in fact, I used to be the one doing that. So it's part of it. So I'm not. You understand? So I'm addressing Comrade Patrick. Usually when I was there, I used to really hate doing that. But I give leadership problems that none of them want me in their leadership. Okay, thank you very much. All other outstanding issues. I know that the outgoing president was supposed to give the account, the report, national report. Yeah. Are we going to what because of time? What are we going to do?
I would suggest that we go down there. Okay. We can still keep talking, and when they come, they meet us there.
Thank you.
When are we going to do that?
Yeah?
We're inaugurating outside.
No, we are not going to outside. We do the inauguration under the shed.
Remember the two.
Yes.
You will not forget. No. Yeah, at that point in time, I was agreed that the
remaining two, yeah,
so you people will not say thank you to me until you are leaving. I saw you on your behalf.
Let's sell on your behalf. If your item sells on our web shop, you pay a 10% commission plus the transaction fees, and you get the rest. Register now at www.shop.clevenard.com. Start uploading your product and services. We can really sell it on your behalf so you can carry on working on the things important to you. Are you looking to sell any type of product or service and you want to avoid the hassle involved? Selling can be an arduous and time-consuming process. At Clevenard Super Shop, we will be happy to take over the workload of promoting or selling your products or services. All you need to do is to register at www.shop.clevenard.com, enter your shop or vendor information, and then start uploading your product and services. We will do the selling. Now, be ready to get more sales and awareness. Start making more money from your business with Clevenard Super Shop by partnering with us today.